really quick vlog. I just came from dance practice and I just had a good idea. Ode to the channel name, Cheap But Good Photography. I want us today to explore exactly what a reflector does. More importantly, how much does a reflector add value to your shoot? So we're gonna be shooting with only one light again, plus the reflector, and I'm going to show you how much the difference of this $8 thing does. So this is gonna be a very simple premise, and we're just gonna explore exactly how much value or light this reflector is gonna give us. I don't know if you see the set right now because I can't really see the camera, but we got this big light here, and then the reflector here, and then this thing. And of course I'm gonna be shooting on the camera, hence why we're vlogging on the phone. All right, so I've turned off all the lights in the studio. Can't really block out the sun, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take a shot with everything off. I'm just gonna take a picture, f2.8, gonna take a picture of the subject straight forward. So the challenge with this studio is that we don't actually have block out curtains. So wherever I go, the window is just gonna be, you see the window right there, right? I'm at the darkest possible spot, trust me, this setup. Damn, I just wish I didn't have a cold. Right now, you can see me like I'm behind the window, so I'm actually casting a shadow on the subject. So it's actually just total black, as much as possible, I mean. So here, right now, f2.8. ISO 800 actually, because we can't even take a shot because it's so dark. Oh no, ISO 16. Alright, okay, ISO 800, no lights. Okay, so next shot is we're gonna turn on our one light at 80% power and then nothing else. We're not gonna use the reflector yet. We're gonna turn that away. So there we go. That's just our one light. I want you to really observe the image and see how much light is shining upon the subject and how much shadow is still present. We're gonna add a reflector. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so as you can see right now, the reflector is like right literally on the turtle's side. It's like super close, right? Like this is as close as I can get without it obstructing the view of the camera. 3, 2, 1. So we're at the same settings and I'm trying to shoot about the exact same angle. So right now, what we're discovering is like with the reflector, it really is so much brighter. The reflector right now is our fill light. That's what this reflector is usually for. For beginners out there, this reflector is super cheap. It's just on a tripod right now. And this is what you use so that you don't have to buy another light. Cheap but good photography. It's also so much less cumbersome. Like if this is enough, why use another light? But if you're starting out in photography and if this is enough for your needs, it's great. If this is enough for your needs, it's great. I don't have to deal with wires and an electricity bill, and I don't really have to be so careful with it. Like with my studio lights right now, I kind of have to be really careful with it, like how I handle it and stuff. Like I kind of have to baby it because they're expensive and they're electrical equipment. But with this thing, I can just throw it around. All I need is like a wet cloth and a dry cloth to clean it, and then you're good to go. Okay, so right now the turtle is acting as our fill light. Let's see how it does as a kicker. Again, keep the first image in mind where we only had one light, and I'm gonna put it in the back. I'm doing my best to keep it away from the shot again. So the background is a white paper if you don't see it. Oh wow, so it's casting a bit of a shadow. So there's kind of, if you see the image now, there's kind of a bit of a light spill somehow. It's not functioning super well as a kicker, but it's still doing a good job, like a good enough job. Let's explore a different angle. I'm gonna try to angle it so that it can face downward. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to absolutely just fire the light straight at the reflector now, not anymore at an angle like before, so that there's almost no light spillage onto our subject actually. Like I don't know how much this translates on camera, but right now there's no more light spillage going at our subject. Yeah, our subject's kind of dark now. And then I'm gonna turn up the light to 100%. So it's lighting only our subject. Again, it's lighting from the back, so the front's gonna be pretty dark. That's the amount of light we're getting from just one light and the reflector, acting as like a kicker. Oh my god, I'm just about to hit my phone. Didn't realize that. Oh shit, gotta not knock you down. Gotta knock you down. Oh no, not that song. It's supposed to be Carrie Hilson. Keep rocking, keep knocking. The baton in the rocking. Alright, let's see what kind of results we get. Yeah, okay. we just add the lights side by side. So really, like, look at this image right now. So this is the shot with the reflector and the softbox is quite literally beside each other. So in this shot, like, yeah, so the reflector is here and the softbox is there, right? Now, I want you to see what happens if we take away the reflector so that we can really see a good amount of difference. See? So that's just one side lit up by our giant overkill octobox here. Okay, you see the difference, right? With the two lights set up side by side, there's almost an even amount of shadow, as much as I can tell from my LCD screen, going from the turtle's left and right side. The turtle's left side has the octobox, the turtle's right side has the reflector. Now, if we see the image without the reflector, the turtle's right side, where it has the nunchucks, are at full shadow. So this is what one light does, and this image with the reflector is how much light the reflector just adds. So you see the value there, right? It's a reflector. You don't plug anything in, and it's very, very cheap. This is the small one, and you can absolutely use this for like professional photography. Like if you have like actual humans as your clients, you can absolutely do a photo shoot with not even one light. Like if you're shooting out, you can go shoot out. If you're a photographer starting out and you don't have lights at all, you should first buy a good lens and then maybe a body, a basic body, just to use the lens with, and then you can just go out in the sun and use the reflector. See, with just, if you have a good lens, that really is enough to make a good career. Like starting out, of course, you at some point get lights, but the sun is like the photographer's best friend. You should really learn about the golden hour as well. So what did we learn? Mostly the point of this was to show you how much value you can get out of a, what do you call this, a reflector. And the really good thing about a reflector though is that it's never going to be stronger than the light it's receiving. And that's kind of, if you study the 3-point lighting in photography, the fill light is never stronger than the main light, else the strongest light will then become the main light. So you get what I mean, right? If you're thinking about a 2-light setup, there's the really strong light at one angle to the subject, and then there's this equally competent but less strong light to the other side or to the back. That is kind of the purpose of the fill light. So the reflector, what we're learning right now is that the reflector is actually a great solution if you want the fill light. It didn't work so well as a kicker. A kicker kind of has to be a bit stronger. Hope you got value out of that. This is a very quick experimentation, and we're going to shoot more photos with you with our key, our filler, and our reflector, and maybe our snoot next. Alright, see ya! Cheap but good photography.